This is Bubblegum Alley, 70-foot long, 15-foot high passage covered in chewing gum. It was cleaned out multiple times, but that did not help for long. So now it's completely legal and even expected to leave your used gum on the wall there. Let's dive deep into its sticky history and understand why and how this wonder survived to this day. Located at the 700 block of Higuera Street in downtown San Luis Obispo, California, not to be confused with San Luis Reservoir in California, San Luis Rey de Francia in California, San Luis, Arizona, San Luis, Colorado, or a gazillion other places named San Luis in the world. Okay, rewind a bit. How did this gum thing even start? The San Luis Obispo Chamber of Commerce and Downtown Business Improvement Association have some clues, but it's a bit of a he said, she said situation. Some say it began as a tradition for high schoolers after World War II. Others reckon it's all about a rivalry from the 1950s between San Luis Obispo High School and California Polytechnic State University students. Whichever way, by the 70s, Bubblegum Alley was a thing. Fun fact, there's roughly 6.7 pieces of gum per square inch on that wall. So with a 70-foot stretch that's 15 feet high and double-sided, that's a whole lot of gum. While quirky and fun, the wall covered in bubblegum was not recognized warmly by everyone. The nearby shop owners and local businesses complained that it was, quote, unsanitary and disgusting. They filed multiple complaints to local authorities, and the alley was cleaned in 1970, and then again in 1996. After the second cleaning attempt, the Business Improvement Association wanted to push through another go at it, but the city understood that it would be pointless and be harmful to the business. New pieces of gum usually started appearing the next day after the cleaning. And surprisingly, lots of tourists love it, snapping Insta-worthy pics, leaving their gum, and some even taking a piece home, though I wouldn't recommend that. While some folks in town see it as an eyesore, the Chamber of Commerce is all, come see our special attraction. The alley has been all over TV shows, news programs, and newspapers from around the globe. Big names like the New York Times and the Los Angeles Times have chatted about the yous and ahs of folks visiting the gum wall. It's also made headlines in the San Francisco Chronicle, Michigan's Grand Rapids Press, Albany's Times-Union, and even The Guardian over in the UK. On the motion picture side, KSBY Action 6 News did a whole piece on it. It even got some screen time on The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson. That's incredible! Real people and California's gold on PBS. MTV hopped on the bandwagon and showcased the alley and call to greatness. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. There have been books all about it and even some groovy tunes inspired by it. Who knew gum could be so famous? Man, some folks would do anything to hit this kind of fame jackpot. Not surprisingly, Bubblegum Alley was selected as the backdrop for an episode aiming to smash the world record for the biggest bubblegum bubble. Enter the star, Susan Choosy Susie Williams. By the episode's end, there was this splashy graphic boasting that Susie managed to blow a whopping 24-inch bubble. But here's the kicker, they never actually aired the footage of that monster bubble. Guess it was too wild even for TV, but just to give you a vibe, here's Susie, rocking a 23-inch bubble. And yep, it looks as goofy as you're imagining. Oh, and shout out to the pub owner next door. Dude's on top of his game, steam cleaning the alley every month. Carefully, so that no gum gets a chance to hit the deck while looking nice and shiny. All this to impress the tourists who flock to the alley and then head over to his pub for a pint after their gumtastic adventure. Cheers to that! While some store owners gripe about the upkeep of the gum alley, others argue it's a boon for business because of all the foot traffic. The administrator from the Downtown Business Improvement Association, even though she's hip to the issues, can't deny it's become a big-time landmark. I mean, tourists are flooding downtown so much that a local radio DJ used to guide folks on bi-monthly gum alley tours. How wild is that? Now, there's this dude named Matthew Hoffman. No, not the murderer Matthew Hoffman, and not the TV host Matthew Hoffman, but the artist Matthew Hoffman. This guy made a massive self-portrait out of, you guessed it, bubblegum. It's stuck to the wall of Bubblegum Alley and called Project Bubblegum. It shows him blowing a bubble, and man, it took a lot of gum. But here's the cool part. The community chipped in with their chewing efforts. Hoffman believes when people get involved in their community, they start to care more about it. So by helping out with the artwork, folks felt more connected and proud of their hood. Talk about sticking together. So next time on your way from San Francisco to LA, make sure to make a stop in San Luis Obispo and stick a piece of gum to the wall.